Salute everyone. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Salute everyone. This is Lawrence D. Adams. This is when spirituality and the game combines. You have the thinking class. We are live today, and my camera is crooked, and I can't take it. I don't like a crooked camera. It looks crooked to me, but hey, let's get it going. What's going on, everyone? How are you doing today on this Friday? Let me get this adjusted. Perfection is something. Yeah, there we go. What's going on, Wade? What's going on, Hannibal? What's going on, William? Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Shout out to everyone in the chat room. What's going on? How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? How are you doing? It's Friday. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. This is when spirituality and the game combines. You have the thinking class. If you have been missing me for those 2 days, we're making adjustments. What's going on, Gina? We're going out from the ATAL. What's going on, everyone? Listen. You missed me. I have not been out of town, which I need to go make a trip. I need to make a trip to the ATL. I need to go down there, and I need to go down to North Kakalaka right quick and make a visit down there. And I need to get some Miami in my life again. What's going on? What's going on, Joe Blast? Shout out to everyone in the chat room. Man. So you know, we have been making adjustments to the thinking class. We've been making adjustments to the thinking class. We're making adjustments. We want to bring a better experience for you, the participant, those who listen, everything like that. I got some things in the works. I'm just letting you know. So if you're seeing me 3 times a week and may go down to 2 times a week, trust me, I'm behind the scenes working on a project to make this thinking class bigger and better and more user friendly. Those who are in the inner circle knows what's going on, but we're in the process of shifting everything, because I think it's so important that we build community, build family around the thinking class. I am not the only person to know everything, but yet I am the person who created all of this. And I believe that if you have a place where you can share uncensored and that you can do what you need to do, I want to make sure we build that for the thinking class. The thinking class has been around for a long time, actually, but it's been morphed into the thinking class these past 2 years. We gave so much game. I've given so much game. And to be honest with you, I've just been a little bit, it's called content burnout. That means I've been giving. I need to catch up for all the things I've been giving to the thinking class as far as with information, game. I got so much content I haven't even tackled. Stuff that we got to go back over. So definitely you want to make sure you are finding out what's going on. We're going to be making shifting to something new, bigger. So, you know, I know those in the clouds who are watching, trust me, it ain't Patreon. So no Patreon here. I know it was talked about, and I didn't talk to governor, everybody who know what governor is, and want to make sure we bring a real good quality thinking class. Well, shout out to the editor. He's probably in the cloud somewhere. Yesterday was his birthday. I want to make sure we show him some love. The editor, he's been here faithfully. He sits in the cloud. He cuts up the material. He does the thumbnails when I don't try to do them. He does all the thumbnails. He cut up all the reels. He get all the things up. We talk behind the scenes. We talk almost every day, at least every day or every other day. We talk. We interact with each other. So I want to make sure I give a shout out to the editor. You see him in the chat room. Make sure you say happy birthday to him. We want to make this, like I said, it's more than just, you know, you coming to hear me speak game and talk about life and things like, but it's more about building a sense of family, sense of community, sense of oneness. So I want to make sure we honor and say something to the editor. Shout out to you for all that you do for the thinking class, what you do behind the scenes, the things you don't even know, ideas, because sometimes the ideas come right at the last minute or right 15, 20 minutes before, and he goes home. We do what we need to do, get on the computer and create something. So we got to give him some honor where honor is due. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about exactly what I'm dealing with my own process, LD. I appreciate everyone involved, right? Let's talk about this. So we've been talking about the cost of the game, the cost of the game. We laid some good foundation out with the cost of the game, but some came up in the process of the cost of the game. And that process of the game is that Will Smith decided he gonna apologize. I apologize. He wanted to apologize all of a sudden. So Will Smith wants to apologize to Chris Rock. And this sort of brings some clarity to it. So we know when we define the game as moving from point A to point B. Understand the second definition is understanding what? Human nature, human psychology. And the other side of the game is what? You are the creator of your life. That's how we define game, plain and simple, no additives, no nothing. But all of a sudden, an hour ago or so, Will Smith came out and he wanted to apologize to Chris Rock for what he did. Now, I haven't heard it yet, but I have it on ready, set, ready to go. But Chris, now he wants to apologize to Chris Rock. Now, it is amazing how all of a sudden, couple months later, he want to apologize to Chris Rock. I haven't listened to it, to be honest with you, but I think it'd be good if we look at it together and see what happens. So let me get the audio. Let me get the audio. I got to get the audio right. Turn this off because this one's pumping. Audio done. Let's get this going. But yeah, he wants to apologize or something. So this gonna be interesting. Make sure I got this off. Yeah, that's off. So he wants to apologize to Chris Rock. You want to apologize now to Chris Rock. So let's get it going. Where's it at? Boom, boom, boom.
You know, that was one of
the. Let's get this screen. Let's get the screen together. So let me roll it back. Let's roll it back. And let's get the screen together. And let's see here what we're gonna do. Whoop. We're gonna run it right now.
You know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. You know, we had a great relationship. You know, Tony Rock, on an interview that Chris's mother did. And, you know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. You know, we had a great relationship. You know, Tony Rock, on an interview that Chris's. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mom. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Interesting. After all of this, it took months for Will Smith to come to we knew at the time to come to this realization of the ramifications of his actions of slapping Chris Rock. And I had to say kudos to you, Will Smith, for even stepping up, getting out of your own way, getting out of you know whose way. We ain't gonna say who. We ain't gonna say who's. We gonna just all we gonna do is slip this in right quick. Getting out of that way and actually saying, yo, man, I apologize. I feel you, Simon. I'm torn too, because even though he's apologizing months later, look at the damage it did to him, his family, Chris and his family, his mother and everybody else. And now he wants to apologize. Apology is given, but now look at how I want you to really get the game of this. When you allow your emotions to drive you, you end up making decisions that you should not make. Let me say that again. When you allow your emotions to get the best of you, you end up making decisions that you will have to pay later. Trust me, we all have been there. I think what Will Smith, he's learning here, and it's a lesson for everybody to learn from him, is that what you do, whether how much money you get or how little money you got, what you do will affect others, and especially for a man. What's going on, Sweet D? So it's especially important as for a man to think about what you do, and women too, because we got a lot of women out here who doing some things that is crazy. I'm like, what's wrong with you ladies? You got to realize, like right here, you're going to have to come back and apologize to, not just apologize. They gotta sit down and talk. Why would you do that on national TV? Why would you even assault me like that? Slap me? Why would you embarrass me? Why would you just do it on the time that you're getting the biggest award that you can get in your career? And I think what we need to look at is this. What can we learn from this? And you part of the thinking class is always about what you can learn from this situation. Will Smith is paying the price. When you allow your emotions to get the best of you, Will Smith finally apologized to Chris Rock. When you allow your emotions to get the best of you, you end up making decisions that you later on regret. There's been men and women who have made decisions in the moment that were not thinking, where their emotions and where they're trying to prove everything to someone else, and they end up doing things that they later regret, and now they got to live with it. Same with me. I've been there. I made some decisions. I said some things that later I had to eat the pie, eat the cake anime. I had to eat the cake anime. Will Smith is now eating the cake of what he has done with Chris Rock. And this is the thing about it. It has now affected his career. And most of all, it has affected his money. See, nobody want to talk about that. It has affected his money. Yeah, he's a millionaire. He's doing all this stuff like that. Okay, that's good and dandy, but it's affecting his money. So even though it's good, I could blow down on Will Smith. I'm not going to blow down on Will Smith. We need to look at this as a learning lesson. What not to do. When is your time to shine? What not to do? When is your time when you are driven by your emotions? Let's dig a little deeper. Because he didn't just get here overnight slapping Chris Rock. This was a buildup of years of childhood and years of being humiliated, feeling like less than a man, feeling like the beta man, feeling like the beta man. And this was his opportunity at the wrong time to show that, hey, I'm just not the cool guy that everybody likes, and I'm just a nice guy. I'm gonna show him I'm a tough guy. Wrong time to execute that plan.
Execute Order 66.
I promise you, right, Sweet D. Yep, that's exactly it. His problem is, and yeah, we don't talk about that. It affects his mental health even more, right? Yeah, that's why he's apologizing. It's affecting that bag, right? But at the end of the day, this is a buildup. That is the reason why we have thinking class, so that we can see men being men. I jumped on all the red pillars and everybody else, and blue pill, yellow pill, green pill, all them kind of. Man, I was watching it and I saw you on it. We didn't have the red pill, green pill, yellow, all the other things like that. At the end of the day, we need you to step into man. If this man let's talk about Will Smith. And like I said, I'm not blowing down on him, but I want it to be a case study, we're going to pull back like when I was in biology in high school with I think it was Mr. Sandor, that was chemistry. But what we did was we cut the frog open and we dissected the different parts of the frog. We need to dissect this. This is a classic example of a man who's been bottling up his masculinity, covering up with jokes and being funny, bottling up, getting a girl that really didn't want to be with him, who's in love with somebody else, who's trying to always prove himself to be worthy. And then he strikes at the wrong time. You got to watch it, because there's a lot of men who, even though they've been like, man, that Will Smith, he wrong for doing that. He apologizing. No. You got to understand, there's more Will Smiths than they are other men. Let me say that again. There are a lot of men sitting in the same seat as Will Smith. They're sitting in the same seat as Will Smith. Trust me. They are a ticking time bomb waiting to go off because they do not feel that they are men. They do not feel that they are heard. They are with someone who gave them children, but don't really like them or really want to be with them. I heard some alleged things today about Jada. So I don't want it's not a blow down on Jada, but it's just a look at it. So for him to apologize, he had to eat the cake and the may. If you don't know what reference I'm talking about Ike and Tina Turner in the movie when he said, eat the cake and the may. It was in the restaurant. He had to eat the cake, that humble pie. Look retrospect and think about who you're affecting with your actions. Sometimes we're so selfish in the moment and driven by our emotions that we don't think that what we do and what we say can affect so many other people. Because we never dealt with the real issue, and that real issue, what the real issue is what was going on inside of Will's heart and mind. His masculinity, whether we want to admit it or not, was on the line. Let me slow down because I'm ready to go. His masculinity has been always, not that he was questioning whether he was homosexual. No, that was never the case. The case was he really, was he a beta male for lack of terms, or was he really in his masculinity where he was dominating? Yes, he was dominating with his career as far as with movies and music and things like that, but it was a part of him that he didn't get, that a lot of men are sitting at. They're sitting at the same seat that Will Smith is sitting in today, an hour ago. And what is that seat? I got to apologize. You may not have slapped you might not have slapped Chris Rock, but you have slapped some situations, some people, and some things in your life that you need to apologize for. See, y'all want to talk about this. Y'all want me to jump down on Will Smith. Oh, he shouldn't do that. You want me to blow it. I'm not going to do that. Thank you. Thank you, sweet D. Thank you. Will has been suing for a while. Yes. The whole book that he was doing, the book tour, it was his way of trying to unbottle what's been tied up inside of him. But there's a lot of men like that who are bottled up inside. A lot of men. And then I'm going a little bit further. There's even a lot of women. It just takes one needle hitting the balloon. And guess what? It pops. One shaking of the pop bottle and uncorking it, and boom, everything blows up. There's a lot of people who are sitting right with Will Smith is sitting. So before you criticize him, before they make videos dropping down on him, you need to go and look in the mirror and say, am I Will Smith? Am I sitting in the place? Do I have enough kahunas to even apologize for the actions I did maybe months later? There's some things that you have done that you may need to apologize for. And the first person you need to apologize is to yourself. I promise you. I promise you. The video is about to go. People are going to start making all kinds of videos. They're going to say Jada. They're going to talk about everyone else. But there is something that you're going to have to face. You're going to have to look at. I promise you. It will be good. My numbers will go up talking about Will. He's a clown. He ain't nothing but a beta man. He's a beta. I can say all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's not going to help you if you're not looking in the mirror and say, hey, that may be me. Where are you bottled up at? Yeah, YouTube is going to be. See, thank you. Amen. Yup. I've definitely been with Will Smith before. Yup. YouTube is going to be flooded. Everybody be flooded. That's why I jumped on the quick as I can. I was driving down Martin Luther King. I was like, oh shoot, let me hurry up and get home and cut and paste and do all this. That's what I want you to get. So before you point your fingers at Will Smith, all you YouTubers looking for clicks and things like that, check yourself. Ice Cube said, check yourself before you wreck yourself. You need to check yourself to make sure that what you are doing, that you're not in the same, when it's your time to get the biggest award of your life or the biggest success, that you don't make a mistake like Will Smith did. Will Smith is just an example. And if you realize, if you really go down to the spiritual side of it or the esoteric side of it, he is just you pressed out. See, I know they don't want this. They don't.
Execute Order 66.
I promise you. We could say, we could put it on Jada. I'm not going to do that to Jada today. I'm going to give her, she got the 5 fingers of grace right today. I'm not going to put it on Jada. I'm not going to put it on Jada. I know everyone want to say it's Jada's fault. It's the reason why he acting like that. It's Jada who did this. It's Jada. It's no. At some point in every person's life, you got to stand 10 toes down and realize it is you who took the actions. It was Will Smith who got up out of his seat and slapped Chris Rock. Yep, he has to own it as a man. Promise you. See, they don't want to talk about this. They want me to go down. I'm telling you, Sam, they want me to get down and say something about Jada. Say something about Jada. It's Jada. Watch. You're going to see everybody going to say, see, what is Jada going to say? Jada was allegedly messing around with somebody else. It was Jada was with August. And I can say all of that. But that ain't what a man does. He's not on the blame game. Does Jada have a part in this? Yeah, she got a part. But at the end of the day, this man stood up on his own accord. She did not have a battery in his back. She was not the puppet master in this. This man stood up and did what he did on his own. Thank you so much. Will is a grown asset man. So y'all need to get all that extra stuff y'all want. Oh man, I want you to say something about Jada. And then also too, you got to commend Chris Rock because it could have turned real ugly right at that point when Will Smith smacked him. It turned real ugly, really ugly. So shout out to Chris Rock for standing his ground. Let me not speak. Let me handle this correctly. Let me think in this situation and not react. Bro, I'm so sick of what Jada hate, but be honest, no one knows the full things happening behind closed doors beyond the red damn carpet. Right. That red carpet is killing people. A red table. Chris Rock was the hero in the moment. Such a grace under pressure. Right. Yeah, Rock was solid. Yeah. So you got to think about this. Even though Will Smith is apologizing, we still got to give some claps to Chris Rock for standing and being the man that he was. I know how this algorithm works. I know how everybody on YouTube works. Oh man, he ain't gonna say nothing about Jada. I'm almost wanting to cuss right there. Almost wanting to cuss. Forget Jada. French toast Jada. Fudge Jada. Forget that. This is the classic thing that a lot of men do and a lot of women do. They want to blame somebody else for the actions that they take. Forget them. Thank you. Please don't say anything about Jada. Don't need to hear her name again. Right. Thank you so much. So please don't come in here thinking you're going to hear me talking about that. You're going to see enough people watch my words. You're going to have a lot of people who going to make reference that Jada made him say it. Jada made him apologize. Jada ain't got that much power. Trust me. Hey, trust me. This is a case and study looking at a man who has bottled up his emotions, his thoughts, and what he's been going through for years, even though he was on his purpose. Hello, even though he was going after the goal, even though he had money, even though he had the family and the wife, even though he had everything, there was still something missing. He did not deal with the issues that were in his own life. Let me say it again. He was a man who had success, Independence Day, Bad Boys, this going on, music career, family. Over here had a show, all that. You can have all, the Bible says, see, now you're going to make me pull out the Bible. Y'all going to make me pull it up at the Bible. The Bible says, whether you agree with it or not, I don't care. The Bible says, what is a man to gain the whole world and lose his freaking soul? What is it? What is it for a man to gain this whole world and lose his soul? Lose his soul. This man, Will Smith, has lost his soul years ago, before Jada was in the picture. That's why he was able to choose Jada, because his soul was already lost. Y'all better catch the real game. The reason why he was able to choose Jada and go do the things he was doing in these, like we say in these streets, simping for her, is because his soul and who he was already lost. Catch the game. Even though he had the outward fixings of everything that was going on. He had the cars, the homes, the girls, the money, the rapping, the career, and this and that, and all. He had all that going on, but his soul was still lost. Catch the real game. Trust me. Y'all can, I know y'all, but this is the spiritual side of game. I just got to give it. What is it to gain the whole world and your soul is lost? Thank you, right there. You see, his movie Gemini was dope. I have to say it, yeah. He was lost. He's lost his soul, 6 degrees of separation. Right, see? You guys are getting it. But this is a case study to look at yourself. So what is happening is, you're seeing, if you've been paying attention to Will Smith for the past several years, even up to from 49 to almost 50, Will been doing what he wanted to do. Jumping out of airplanes, ski dying over here. He had a bucket list that he's trying to accomplish. Why do you think he's doing that? He's trying to get connected back to his self, his true self, his soul. He is trying to get connected to his soul. If you're listening, Will Smith, hey, give me a call, bruh. You're trying to get connected back to your soul, the true essence of who you are. He's trying to get back to the true essence of who you are. And there's so many men and so many women who are in the same place, but they don't get the opportunity to be on the same scale. Same scale as Will Smith, and it's exposed as him. But many times people wait to the end of their lives and they have this epiphany, as Will is doing right now, that I need to apologize. Let's call it what it is. See, if his soul wasn't lost, it really, we rewind in his life, he was trying to get with Salt and Pepper, one of the girls from Salt and Pepper. And she said, oh, he's not gangster enough. And he liked her a lot. So this wasn't just Jada. Y'all better get past that. This is a man who did not, on some degree, feel worthy of being the man that he is. He did not understand the weight of what he says and what he does. I'm sorry. That's the real thing. So now you're seeing a man finally coming into grips or coming back into his spirit, but into his soul and being a man. And I would say this, but I'm trying to think how I want to say it. And when a man gets to this point, y'all better get this one. William, let me know you want me to say this one. When a man gets to this point, when he begins to come back into who he is and awaken to who he is, and when a woman awakens to who he is, he ends up letting things go. I hope you catch what I'm reading between the lines, LDA. But so many think they are ready, grown. They don't get a big moment to adjust. So they keep doing things like will honestly have no idea their true direction. So let me say it for William again. When you ask, like in the example, Will begins to awaken to who he is. Now he's apologizing. He's jumping out of cars and going around the world and things like that. What happens is you begin to take inventory of your life and you begin to say, this is an asset and this is a liability. I got to let it go. I hope you're reading, hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. You start to do an inventory. Let me break it down. Let me break it down because y'all don't want to. See, I used to be a manager at Panera Bread back in the day. Panera Bread came out. And what I did was I was responsible for doing the inventory so that we can get the shipment of what we need and what we didn't need when the truck comes the following week. So I would go and do my inventory with six breads, 6 hams, 6 chickens, 6 this, 7 that, and I did inventory. And so what happened is when I finished my inventory, I put it in the computer, shipped it. They went over to the supplier and they sent over what was needed. Many times what happens when you get to this place, you begin to do an inventory of what you need and what you don't need. And what is happening is, trust me, you start to realize some of the things that you do not need, you're going to what? Boop, get rid of. What's going on, bro? What's going on? Part of I feel is that this thing was turning 50. That's a big adjustment for a lot of people when it hits that age. I made a big bucket list and it's just you take stock and adjust and still grow, right? So yeah. So what's happening is you begin to take inventory of your life. So he realized, I think he coming into the realization, what does it mean to gain the whole world and lose your own soul? That's what it says in the Bible. And then it goes on, it says, you need to work out what's going on, John. You need to work out your own soul salvation. Will is in the moment of working out his what's going on, true savage. He need to working out his what? Soul salvation. What do we mean his own soul salvation? Please understand what I'm about to say and don't think I'm being sacrilegious. He's working out the issues that he has with himself. Will is working out the issues that he has with himself, his own soul salvation. Because whether you want to admit it or not, whether we want to look at it or not, that brother didn't sleep like he should have slept. It's like he should have been sleeping with this whole after this situation. That thing has been nudging at him every single day. He is reminded of what he has done. He is reminded from his kids. He's reminded from his wife. He's reminded from his mama. He's reminded from his sisters. He's reminded from everybody around him what he has done. Do you think that does not wear on the soul of a man? Do you not think that does not wear and tear on the soul of a man? I recently had to get tires for my car. One of the tires. I had to get a brand new tire so that all 4 of them match. Now that I can't get Jack led Jimmy down the road. I got to get the tire to match because of the type of car I got, performance car that I have. But I talked to the people at the dealership. They said, you know what? Because you don't drive your car that much, you can get a new tire and your tires haven't really broke in because how much mile you got on it. My point is saying that is Will has had a lot of wear and tear emotionally and granted spiritually and mentally on him with this situation. I don't care how much you drink. I don't care how much sex you get. I don't care how many times you jump from the Eiffel Tower. I don't care if you go over to Africa and sit in the hut. You got some mental wear and tear about what took place. It is. So this apology that Will is doing is not for you. It's not for social media. It sounds good. It's salacious. It sounds, oh, wow. Oh, my God. Will Smith is there. And that's why I put it out there. Will Smith is apologizing. It's not even for Chris Rock. Him apologizing is not even for Chris Rock. Chris Rock, you listening, or Tony Rock, everybody in the family. It ain't even for Jada Smith. It ain't for neither one of them kids. His apologizing out in the public is for him. It's for him. It ain't for nobody else. It ain't for Chris Rock. I know everybody gonna say, oh, wow, he apologized. He doing it for Chris Rock. No, no. Yes, sounds like he's going through an extraterritorial. Yep, exactly. He's apologized. Uh-oh, man, we got some guests right there. This right here is the goal, right here.
You can't make this up.
Joe Blast hit it right on the money. He's apologizing to little Will. That's why I call it the thinking class. He is apologizing to the little boy inside of him who's seen his father put hands on his mother. He's apologizing to him. Catch what's really going on. I know everybody gonna give the salacious version, and Chris Rock is doing it, and Will Smith is doing that. Jada said this, and they're gonna give you all the stuff to make you feel Google-eyed. But the real deal, he is, thank you, Joe Blast. He's apologizing to the little boy that's inside of him who could not stand up for himself. In the moment that he's seen his mother getting hit by his father, that's where he's doing. This the real deal. Go watch everybody else. They ain't gonna say this. They're gonna say everything else. I promise you they're gonna put it on Jada. Promise you that's what they're gonna do on social media. And Jada. But he is apologizing not to Chris Rock. He is not apologizing to the mother. He's apologizing first to the little boy inside of him. He's apologizing to the person that he's been neglecting all this time. He's apologizing to the deep part of him that he did not want to face. What he really liked, will he really want, will he really desired. His real strength. That's who Will Smith is apologizing to. He's apologizing to the deep part of himself. So all you guys want to give all this other, I think all this other commentary, it's going to be surface level. They're not going to go this deep. That's why I said this class ain't for everyone. He's apologizing to the part of him that he didn't want to face. And if you look at it closely, it may be you. That's the reason why you're so upset at at Will Smith. He apologizing to himself. And really the little boy inside of him. And if the little boy inside of him ever, that's who he's been trying to get free for these past several years. He's been trying to get that little boy inside of him free because he realized he's been neglecting him. He's been feeding him breadcrumbs. He's been giving him cookies and Skittles and Apple Jacks. Y'all know nothing about no Apple Jacks and Apple Jacks. He's been feeding him toast and giving him some toast. Been giving him some strudels. He's been giving all that other stuff, but he has not been feeding the part of the little boy inside of him that's been trapped. Flip the script on this, LDA. The same with Chris Rock. Chris Rock has to now deal with this because this has been his pattern of getting bullied since he was a kid. Think about what's going on. Think of the bigger picture of this. Chris Rock has been bullied since he was a kid. And now at this strategic moment, they collide in history and they're forever written in the history books of life, Chris Rock and Will Smith. Here Chris Rock, who's been bullied. Everyone hates Chris. Been bullied when he was in high school. Skinny, looked like, he was like, can I get one rib? That guy. He was Pookie in New Jack City. Can I get one rib? That guy. Here he collides in history with Will Smith, who has not dealt with the little boy inside. And here Chris Rock is dealing with the little boy inside that has always been bullied. They don't want this level of game. They want that little crazy little game. They don't want this game. They don't want this game. I had to go in here to my refrigerator and get some water on this one. They don't want this. This is too high post for you. Too high post for you. You don't want this. At this point, Will is not feeding the adult male in him as an adult, and he's acting like it's right because he's converting back to who he was. The same with Chris Rock. I believe Chris Rock has a greater grip on his past and the little boy inside of him than what Will Smith does. But this is just a learning lesson. Please. I know everyone gonna have something to say, slick to say, pimp gonna say, that one gonna say, and this one gonna say. At the end of the day, these guys are people off of the YouTube, off of Instagram, off of Facebook. They just happen to be on the big screen and you're seeing them. But the real issue is you could have been Will Smith and you could have been Chris Rock. And you could have chosen Jada Smith to marry. All of this is, trust me, they are just actors. They are not, I don't mean literally actors. They are just playing out. What's going on? One Love from Detroit. Shout out to you. They are just what? Acting out a play right in front of you. So I'm going to put the link in here. I got a little time today. Please don't come here talking crazy. You talk crazy, you know what's going to happen to you. I have zero tolerance for anything. So please understand. Don't come over here looking, I'm about to blow down on Chris Rock. Or I'm about to blow down on Will Smith. Oh, he's a punk. He's a beta male, sim male. I'm not. No. Here's a man who's giving you an example of how he done fudged up. Here's a man who got to come eat the pie that he has laid on Chris Rock's face. He got to come back and eat it. So please understand, it could have been you. You could have chosen Jada Smith. You could have been Chris Rock, the one getting smacked. So don't come over here with all that crazy stuff. This is not the opportunity to start. This is not the time to start blaming. You gonna watch what I'm about to say. Content creators are they're YouTubers enough. They're getting together now. Wow, yeah, we gonna blame Jada for this. Jada made him apologize. Jada did this. Jada, y'all giving so much power to the bald-headed one. Y'all giving so much power to y'all giving so much power to her. This how y'all gonna make me do it. Y'all, why they gonna make me do it? Oh, wrong one. Oh, wrong one. Watch them on YouTube. Watch them on Facebook, what they're going to be doing. Shout out to Wade for that Cash App. I don't know why I didn't bring through. Should have run through. I know why I didn't go through.
My behavior.
Yep. Watch what they about to do. Watch what they about to do. Yes. You have me thinking. I respect. And that's all I want to get you to think. That's why it's the thinking class. It's for people to think about what's really going on. We can be entertaining. Yes. We can be funny. But at the end of the day, this is a retrospect and looking. Wait a minute. This may be. And so don't come over here talking about, man, I would have never did that. I would have never did that. You don't know what you would have done. You was in that situation. You don't know if you probably would have, you probably would have wrestled Chris Rock down if it was you. So don't come up here talking about what you would have did. Me as a player, I probably would have got some baby powder and put it on my hand and smack Chris Rock like that. You don't know what you would have did in that situation. So shut your front door mouth and shut the hell up. You don't know what you would have did. You don't know what you would have did in that situation. That's why I look at these people and say, I wouldn't have did that. I would have did this. I would have did that. I would have did. No, you don't know what you would have did. You might have done worse than what Will Smith did. You don't know the compassion. You don't know what you would do under pressure until you're under pressure. You don't know what you would do under pressure until you are under pressure. You don't know exactly what you would do. So for all you dudes and everybody else and dudettes and pimpettes and pimps and and say, I ain't going to do that. You don't know what you would do in that situation. You don't know. So save your judgment, save your call and say, I'm more player than that. I don't know. You don't know what you have done if you were Chris Rock. So don't come over here with all that high post and I'm condemning what he did. He wrong. You don't know what you would have did in it. You don't know what you would have did if you was Chris Rock. So save it out. I mean, it's amazing how people got more opinions than they do buttholes, but they always giving their opinion. You don't know what you would do. I would have did this, LDA. I would have just say, ha, 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 ha. I would have just laughed. You don't know what you would have did. Biggest thing you can do is realize, glad it wasn't you. Glad it wasn't you. I promise you. Watch after this. People gonna start watch the trend that happens. Bing dong. They're gonna put the blame on. There'll be a lot of men putting the blame on Jada. There's going to be a lot of people, he should have done, he had made a male, they're going to give all that kind of stuff, but they're never going to do the inside work and say, that could have been me. I thought it was me. Make the girls go back. Thought it was. Yeah. So here's the link. I'm about to hurry up and get there. Shout out to Wade for that Cash App. I appreciate that. Where my dance at? We got the dance. Let me see where they got the dances. Shout out to Wade for that Cash App right there. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me put this. I want to put Will and them back up. I want to make sure I got the dance music up there. So in all this being said, the cost of the game. Let me give this one thing. What time is it? Oh, wow. This one thing with the cost of the game. You want me to play the clip again? All right, I will do that. Let's do that. So let's go here.
That was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock, on an interview that Chris's mother did. And, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mom. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize.
There's so much right there for him to even step up and say he wanted to apologize. And the next thing we want to look at, he apologized for his actions, but also what he did was, I'm here if you want to talk. I done said this so many times for years, especially to men. Men should handle situations behind closed doors. Everyone doesn't need to know what's going on. Men need to handle, and then people need to handle, but I'm talking to men because this is a men's channel, need to handle these kind of situations behind closed doors. But because this was a public situation in which Will Smith did, it is admirable. This is what he needed to do, is apologize in public for his actions and what he's done to not only his family, but the family of Chris Rock. Let's be very clear about this. This needs to be handled behind closed doors. Wherever they need to talk, they need to talk. They need to talk. Even though a long overdue is taking courage to apologize after causing chaos to a big stage. Shout out to Will. Shout out to him. All right. It takes courage to do the work. Believe me, I've been through it. Yeah. See, so you got to understand. A lot of people who are going to be making videos past this point, would they come on social media and apologize for what they did? Some of them will make videos about other people and won't come back and apologize for the work that they did. I'm just saying. Course correction, please. He needs to say it correctly. I'm proud of Will for doing this, especially how he did it and who he directed this apology to. Right. Accountability is a lonely road. Right. I promise you, my video is not going to be the only one. Watch what I promise you. You can hear so many spins to it, but I wanted to make sure I give the spiritual side, the side that says, let's look at you and not just Will, and what can we learn from Will's situation? It takes a lot of gold. It takes a lot of gold to say, I'm going to apologize for what I did. Promise you it does. I'll do it. I'm not afraid to admit things I've done. Right. Some people are afraid to do it. So with that being said, this is Lawrence D. Adams. Telling you, watch the thinking class. We're on the move. We got some things behind closed doors that we're doing that's going to be awesome. It's going to be there for the thinking class. I didn't really get the cost of the game. The cost of the game. Let me get the one cost of the game, and I'm going to leave. The one cost of the game is this. It will cost you everything if you allow your emotions. It will cost you everything if you allow your emotions to get the best of you. Even though we can throw criticism at Jada for not being there, but it was Will, not her. Correct. Cost of the game. Because most people don't talk about this with the game because they're thinking about, how can I get her name? How can I get it down with me? The cost of the game, you better think about this cost real good. And I said it before, I said it, I'm going to say it again. You can't allow your emotions to get the best of you while you are executing your game. You have to have a clear mind, a clear head, and strategic in what you're doing. Here's an example from Will Smith, who paid the cost of the game because he allowed his emotions to get the best of him and to smear his name. And to smear his name. That's telling you. Cost of the game, don't allow your emotions to get the best of you to mess up your name. Check your emotions when you're driving off the cliff, right? Promise you. People don't want to get this. That's the real cost of this right here. With that being said, this is Lawrence D. Adams. You will see Monday. I don't know, we may go to 3 shows or 2 shows, but we will be Monday. We're in the process on the back end, working on some things that I want y'all to be a part of, interacting with. It's going to be nice. Going to be some courses, going to be some things in there. Some things I can't share on YouTube. They are not YouTube friendly. They are not YouTube friendly at all. I got some game I can't even share. You gotta be behind the scenes with what I'm going to share. And it works like pray go. It's in them. I promise you it works. It works like a charm. I work it every day. With that being said, this is Lawrence D. Adams. Shout out to all those gay. We out of here. Exclusive only. Yes, sir. I can't share it on YouTube, man. I can't share it on YouTube. Look. Yeah, it's some LDA After Dark stuff. I can't share it. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. This is Lawrence D. Adams, and I'm out. Let's get these ladies up here. Oh, hey, oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Oh, hey, here we go. Oh, get it, girl. Oh, what's up? Yeah, they ain't ready for that LD After Dark. I want to share that, baby. If I was to share half of that. Peace and beer grease. Shout out to the brothers of Omega Phi Psi Incorporated for their conclave last week. I'm sorry I didn't get y'all some shout outs. Shout out to the dogs. Omega Phi Psi Incorporated. The brothers of Omega. For their conclave down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte Kakalaka. Shout out to the brothers of out of here. See you on the back end. Exclusive information.